my name.
What you
Y'all gon' make me lose my cool.
I've tried so hard.
What y'all really want? What y'all really want?
It doesn't even matter. Come on, tried so hard.
What y'all really want?
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Come on, try.
Lord, give me a sign. Dog, I meet bitches, the street bitches, slash, Cocoa Puff, sweet bitches, make you wanna eat bitches, but not me.
I tried so
I fuck with these hoes from a distance. The instant they start to catch feelings, I start to. What is it you want from a nigga? I gave you, you gave me. I played you, you played me.
and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Up in here,
To lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
up in here, up in here, up in here, up in here, up in here,
It doesn't even matter. In you, reached as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I put my trust in you, pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know.
If you feeling like a pimp, nigga, go on, push your shoulders off. Ladies is pimps too, go on, push your shoulders off. Niggas is crazy, baby, don't forget that boy told you get that. Turn up your shoulders. I probably owe it to y'all, probably be locked like false. Trying to hustle some things, that go with the push. Feeling no remorse, feeling like my hand was forced. Middle finger to the law, nigga, grip on my ball. Said the ladies, they love me, from the bleachers, they screaming. All the ballers is bouncing, they like the way I be leaning. All the ballers is bouncing, they like the way I be leaning. If you bleed, feeling like a pimp, nigga, go on, brush your shoulders off. Ladies is pimps too, go on, brush your shoulders off. Niggas is crazy, baby, don't forget that boy told you get that.
lean back, don't dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Lean back, lean back. Come on, don't dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Lean back.
That my best friend, she a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in. My wrist flat, she a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl wants it, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in. Is that my bestie in a testy? Fresh blowout, skin on town, she pretty. Bitch, you look good with a T at the end. I'm a hyper every time, now my motherfucking friend. She been on with a T like, bitch, guess what? All the rich ass boys wanna fuck them. I just ass sitting up, cause look, no touch. And I'm back bustin' bands every time we make up. That my best friend, she a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no
ice on your waist, front way, back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away, even when I'm away. OT, OT, there's never much love when you go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray. That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me.
Bring it, babe, touch it.
One more time before I go.
Bring it, babe, touch it. I like your stuff. Bring it, babe, touch it.
One more time before I go.
Bring it, babe, I like your stuff.
Can you take me higher? Can we go higher? To a place where I'm lying by the sea.
My heart is in Havana. He took me back to East Atlanta. Oh, but my heart is in Havana. There's something about his manners. Havana.
Just got you waiting fresh on campus. Fresh out East Atlanta with no mountains. Damn, fresh out East Atlanta. Like traffic jam.
Since he got my love in him, he got me feeling.
Can we go higher?
Pulling out the coupe at the lot. On the fuck 12 fuck swat. Buzzing all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. The whole damn field, I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals, we been trapping like the 80s. She said the nigga so got a cash out. Told him wipe a nigga no. Say slash. I won't never sell my soul, and I can take that. And I really wanna know where you at. Pulling out the coupe at the lot. On the fuck 12 fuck swat. Pulling out the coupe at the lot. On the fuck 12 fuck swat. Pulling out the coupe at the lot. Coupe at the lot. Coupe at the lot. Coupe at the lot.
I'm telling you that play with it a little. I'm telling you that play with it a little. Hit that. Play with it a little. I'm telling you that hit that. Play with it a little.
Good morning, traders. What is up and what's going on? And happy hump day! It is December 15th, 2021. Beautiful Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning, and I hope you guys had an awesome night. Awesome job yesterday in chat team. Absolutely amazing day. We saw some great profits. Even though the market wasn't all that great, it was still a great day inside of chat, guys. It was still an amazing day inside of chat. Stream is down. I am still live. So again, we are finalizing our development on the new platform. Anytime that we're doing extensive development on the platform, it ties up a lot of server resources, which causes some issues right now. I try not to do these updates and these development projects during live time inside of chat here. But again, I want to make sure we're getting this complete and that we're knocking it out of the park so we can migrate you guys on Monday. That's my goal, is to have you guys from here to the new platform on Monday. So when you come back to Alpha Day Trading on Monday, guys, it's going to be completely different. Again, it's very easy. Just go ahead and log in with your same username, same password as you do now. That'll give you access to the platform. A little bit of a learning curve, but again, you'll get the hang of it, okay, guys? So, once again, good morning, happy Wednesday, or what we say in chat, hump day! Woo! 8:56 in the morning. What's up and what's going on, guys? Once again, I hope you're having an awesome morning. Angel, Jay Cohen, Merlin, Mexoid, Sam, Texas Cowboy, Corey, S. Carby, Mango! What's up, Jamie? Good morning. What's up, everybody over on YouTube as well? We got Denise, Brandon, Mike, Rebecca, Diego, Clarissa, PXS, what's up? What's going on? And good morning, team. Woo! The learning library was down last night. Yes. So, again, we're going to have a couple periodic issues this week. But, again, we're getting that migration taken care of, guys. It's just using a lot of server resources right now for the new platform. And so that's it's causing some little issues here and there. But, guys, you got 3 more days on this platform. 3 more days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we're over there. We're on over. No problems, no issues. We'll come on over, we'll have some fun. We'll continue doing what we do best, having fun, learning together, and making money together, guys. All right, so it's 8:57 in the morning. Quick question, if a stock has a W on the end, it's not normal. No, that is a warrant. So that is a warrant. Warrants are kind of like options, all right? So if you have a W at the end of the ticker, that is a warrant. I personally do not look at, nor do I trade warrants. All right. So once again, team, we got to be mindful about the market. What's going on today, right? We had a 2-day Fed meeting that concludes today. We're going to be very much tuned in to what Mr. Powell has to say and kind of how this affects the markets. It could be a neutral reaction. We don't really see a lot. We could have a very positive reaction or very negative reaction. We could see some volatility in the market today. So we have to be very, very mindful about the positions that we're in around this big economic thing, right? You know, again, we want to make sure that we're not really holding large positions, especially on a stock that could react, based on the conclusion of today's Fed meeting. So be mindful of that and make sure that we're trading lightly and make sure that we're locking in profits when we have them. Okay, guys, especially on these larger priced stocks. If we're looking at the SPY, the Qs, Apple, PayPal, we want to make sure that we're managing our risk well and make sure we don't get caught in some crazy, unexpected move during this Fed meeting. Okay? With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into it, guys. I'm a little under the weather today. I think it's like a little bit of a cold creeping up on me. Throat's dry, it's itchy, phlegmy. So just be mindful and just work with me today, guys. All right? So with that being said, we're going to dive into our penny stock watch list. Once again, it's a little bit on the slower side today, like it kind of was yesterday as well. We have some decent opportunity out there in the market, but not super duper awesome opportunity in the market. But there's definitely some things to talk about, definitely some things to review. So let's go ahead and dive into our intraday penny stock watch list. Let's start with number 1, GMTX. Currently up 36.6%. That is not GMTX. There's GMTX. Currently up 36%. Trading really good volume. It's trading 8.8 million shares. On average, it trades 120,000 shares, so high relative volume. It's a lower float stock as well. We know this stock could definitely take on off and move for us, rip and run a little bit. Why is GMTX gapping up 36% today? Well, this morning, H.C. Wainwright initiates coverage on GMTX with a buy rating. and announces a price target of $20. The average price target to the upside coming from tip ranks is $22.50. From the current price, that is not bad whatsoever. So we do have some institutions initiating coverage on the stock, raising their price targets, and HC Wainwright this morning is 20. Now, we sometimes, and I think it was Placid inside the chat this morning, was like, we've seen that a lot where, HC Wainwright comes out initiating a really crazy buy rating with a high price target, and we see some action, and then we see the stock dump on off. Absolutely correct. We do see that quite a bit, right? We do see that quite a bit. So we have to be very mindful of that, guys. We are holding up relatively well on GMTX. If we go look at the daily chart, we can see that we have some good support right around 320. It was a bounce play here on the daily chart. It bounced again right around 320, and then it was resistance when we cracked below. So right now we can see that we have some okay support, and we see that holding on up. We lost it here momentarily, but look at all these lower shadows and all these wicks right at 320. We can see that buyers are buying this up right around that 320 level. So we really want to see GMTX staying above 320. Now, how high can it go, right? How high can it go? Well, looking at the daily chart, right around 350 underneath these lows. So let's go ahead and mark that up, right around 350 underneath those lows, and we can see that was resistance here in pre-market. Yes, we hit 367, but we had 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts over 350 that failed. So 350 is our level of resistance. And then looking up again, looking left, and looking at our next levels. Look at all that support at 387, all that support, all that resistance right around 387. So we know over 350 we have room to 387, and then $4 natural resistance. Looking at the daily chart once again, we can see right around 476. We had a nice little bounce play right around 476 on GMTX back in July. And then when we dropped below it, it was resistance. So we can see a few separate times in the past where GMTX has bounced or been rejected as resistance along the lines of that 476. So that's going to be another overhead target if we ever get that break over $4. We could see it as high as 476, maybe even $5 natural resistance. GMTX, one of the top stocks we should be watching today. All right. Number 2, we got BFRI moving on up this morning. So BFRI, we have Benchmark initiating coverage with a buy rating and announcing a price target of $11 here on BFRI. BFRI is a prior day moving stock as well. I mean, this stock's been on our watch list since late November on the prior day mover list, because every day we just come back to look at it and see if there's opportunity. And it is a stock that has been moving over the last 2 to 3 weeks. So again, I was looking at it this morning. I saw some volume. Notice that we did have a buy rating with an $11 price target on BFRI. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's definitely keep this on watch. I think it has a lot of great opportunity. But one thing we have to be mindful of, right? When we're doing our due diligence, we look left, right? We look left. We look in the past to look at our levels of support, resistance. Where can this stock go? So when we start opening this chart up and we look left, look at this big, massive downtrend that we have, guys, right? Look at this big multi-day downtrend from Monday, right? The highs at 825. Yesterday's highs, and we're coming right into this big downtrend right around $7.40. So I would not be touching this stock until it's breaking and holding, I would say like 740 to 750, guys, right? We need to see the break of the downtrend. You need to get above some prior resistance and support right around 740. We can see on the daily chart, there was a few times. You can see here on Monday, it was a resistance level. A couple times it was support. So we really need to see this not only breaking and staying above the downtrend, but breaking and holding above that 740 to 750 level as well. You have room to yesterday's spiking highs right around 785. And then you have room to Monday's highs right around 820 to 825. Now, continue to look left. Keep going back in the past. How high could this stock go? Need to look at all of our key levels of support and resistance, right? Right around $96 to $9. And then we have that spiking high from last Friday up towards around $9.49. So again, we have some great levels to the upside here on BFRI, but we just need to be very, very mindful about this big multi-day downtrend. Just because it looks good, we still need to be mindful of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is what? Downtrend, right? The stock technically is in a big downtrend. The last thing I want you guys doing is buying here and coming up to that downtrend, rejecting, and then dumping all the way back down to the lower part of this trend line, which would be back down around $5. So be very, very mindful with BFRI, and also be mindful that we're not trading substantial volume. You know, the average volume on this stock is right around 21 million shares. This stock's been moving since like 4 a.m., right? This stock had some attention at 6, 7 o'clock this morning when I came in the office. We only traded about 4.3 million shares, and on average, we trade 20. So we just need to be mindful that it's trading substantially less volume today. It is a low float stock. It is a prior day mover. This stock has been moving pretty nice over the past few weeks. There's usually some okay opportunity. Just be mindful of the volume. We know the stock is a low float. It could definitely rip and run like it has in the past. And also be mindful that we are still technically in a downtrend and we have a lot of resistance right around 740. Before I get involved or before I'm even interested in this stock, I want to see it breaking and staying above 740. And once we see that strength, then I think we have opportunity up to yesterday's highs and then Monday's highs as well, up towards around $8.25 here on BFRI. And again, benchmark capital starting a buy with an $11 price target. Low float stock just needs to pick up on that volume a little bit. Then we got the good old GRTX, the stock that did absolutely nothing yesterday on really, really good news. And it is a lower float stock as well. 11 million in float, right? The average volume is 7. And once again, we're trading pretty good volume here in pre-market. So we're trading 17 million shares. GRTX has some of the most volume out of every penny stock here this morning. Almost right about, once again, 17 million shares. On average, it's 7 million shares. We're trading, 2.5 times the average volume this morning here in pre-market. Low float stock, and we know this is a good stock that has potential to the upside. Why is that? Well, number one, the press release yesterday was phenomenal. I really like that press release. Number two, when you look at the daily chart, we have a massive gap to fill all the way up towards around 722. Now, yes, we have resistance underneath this daily low, right around 561. You have to be mindful of these other levels of resistance, but the main level, guys, is that gap fill at 722. And we have our 200-day moving average right around 723, okay? What we really need to see on GRTX is a break and a hold above $3.50. Breaking pre-market highs, staying above pre-market highs, we have room back to yesterday's pre-market highs of $3.91. Then it's going to be $4 natural resistance. Anything over 4, looking at the daily chart, we have room to 5. We have room to 561 and 722. Again, be mindful that, yes, just because the stock looks good in pre-market doesn't mean it's going to make that move that we think it could make today. Because yesterday it was an absolute garbage stock. Didn't do anything. End of the day, it popped up a little bit. We were able to get out right around break even. And yes, we are seeing this stock move on up a little bit here today from 270 to 320. It's currently up 50 cents a share. But be mindful, once again, market conditions play a huge factor. There's still some uncertainty in the market. There's still traders and investors sitting on the sidelines. We may not see that volume that we need to see to really start to see GRTX get that leg to the upside. Again, with the Fed meeting, as people are really just kind of sitting on their hands right now. So be mindful of that. I would not really get interested or get involved with GRTX to the long side unless we're breaking and holding and staying above 350. I see potential to 390, $4, 5, and then 561 if we get that hype, if we get that focus, if we get that attention, guys. Okay. We have a slight uptrend as well. So you can see that we have slight uptrend support right now on GRTX. Could be one big U-shaped cup and handle breakout, a little bit of an ascending triangle. it definitely has this formation, and it definitely looks like it's trying, right, to get that next leg up. Right now, support would be back down off pre-market lows, yesterday's pre-market lows, and yesterday's resistance as well. You see how that level and price had been honored several times, right? A lot of support in pre-market yesterday, 285. Resistance, resistance, resistance yesterday, 285. Why did we pull back and bounce off 285? That is a key zone, right, of support and resistance. So this is a good level, right around 285 support. I would like to see the stock remain bullish, stay above the trend line, get that break and hold over 350. Then I feel confident that we have some great opportunity today here on GRTX. But if we do crack this trend line, I'll think about shorting the stock back down towards around 285 into that level of support, and then looking to see what we look like maybe for a leg up here on GRTX. Okay, so we are watching GRTX as one of our top stocks out of the gate for pennies. We are going to be watching GMTX as one of our top stocks. We have BFRI as well. These are our three top stocks that we should be watching out of the gate today. Now, we do have a couple back burners. Okay, we have CFVI, a back burner play. This stock is currently moving up here in pre-market. The only thing with CFVI is it's not trading the volume, and it doesn't really have any credible news behind it, right? CFVI has been a moving stock past 3 weeks based on, the merger with Rumble in connection with Trump's social media platform, yada, 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 yada. The stock moves. When it moves, there's opportunity, okay? Just be mindful that there's no fresh news today. Don't have substantial volume, right? We only have 1.2 million shares traded. On average, it's a 5 million per day stock. Trades about 5 million shares per day on average. The float's low. We know the stock could rip and run, and it's currently up 10%. Right now, looking at the daily chart looks horrendous. But we did move up in post-market last night. We are technically gapping on up. I would like to see if we can hold up a level of support, right? I want to see if we can stay above this level of support at 1232, right? It was our pre-market low, and it was our post-market low as well, right around 1232. And we can see here on Monday, it was support and resistance as well. So I'd really like to see if we can stay above that 1232 level. If not, next level of support is going to be down towards around 1189. We start cracking that level back down towards around 1156. So it's a back burner trade, right? It's a back burner stock. I don't think we should put too much focus on the stock right out of the gate unless we see it hold 1232 and break this downtrend. See it hold 1232, break this downtrend, we have room back up towards around 1320, maybe all the way back up towards around $14 as well. But out of the gate, I don't see a lot of hope for the stock, a lot of potential, I guess. But it is definitely worth watching as a back burner trade just to see if we get some volume and some attention here on CFVI. All right. And then last but not least, BLU. All right. BLU is moving up a little bit today in pre-market. Nothing crazy. It's up towards around 845. BLU closed yesterday at 819. So we're only up about 25 cents. But when I was going through our volume leaders, right, looking at all the stocks that have the most volume, right, GRTX, GMTX, BFRI, CFEI, I'm going through all these stocks that have volume. Well, BLU is towards the top of this list, and it's a prior day mover, right? From Monday, it moved a little bit yesterday as well. It's looking like it's forming one big U-shaped formation. We could definitely see this re-break $9 and run back up towards around Monday's highs of 984. All right, support right now on BLU is going to be back down towards around 788 to $8 on BLU. Again, nothing crazy right now. No entries. There's no opportunity, but it does have some volume. It was a prior day mover. It looks like it could be one big U-shaped formation for a possible breakout. I definitely think we should keep this one on watch as a back burner just to see if we get any traders and any volume and any attention today here on BLU. BLU from Angel. What do we got here? BLU health prices, US 200 million public offering in Canada and the US. The shares are being sold at a private offering price of $8 each. Thank you, Angel, for that. I do appreciate it. That's something that we need to be mindful of. Sometimes offerings, right, get some hype. Every now and then offerings get some attention, right? Most of the time, the stock will be at like 10 bucks. You'll see an offering at 5 and you'll see it dump. But when you have offerings taking place at the current price, right? Sometimes traders react to that in a positive way. So we see this morning, $8 each. This morning, the stock was at $8. So every now and then when we see that, an offering take place at the current market value, sometimes traders react to that in a positive way. But if that stock would have been at $8 and they would have had an offering at 4, that's when you should be concerned because you'll probably see the stock dump down towards around $4. So thank you for posting that up. Thank you for posting that up. It's crazy how traders react to offerings, and that's just what I've noticed. Offerings taking place at the current price, it's like 50-50. Sometimes they get some hype, right? Sometimes they don't do a lot. Offerings taking place lower than the current market price, I would say 80% of the time, the stocks dump to the downside. So appreciate you, Angel, throwing up some awesome stuff there for the team. All right. So yeah, BLU, that's what we're kind of looking at there, guys, as another back burner trade, just to add something to the watch list as a back burner, something that may have some potential today. But the top stocks are GRTX. We've already talked about that. GMTX and BFRI. Let's go ahead and talk about options today, guys, right? We're watching the SPY, watching the Qs. Why is the SPY sitting flat? Why is the Qs flat? Well, because today's the big day, right? Today's the big day that traders and investors are waiting on. We're not going to see crazy volatility, a lot of crazy movements out of these two ETFs until the conclusion of the Fed meeting. So we're watching these, and if we start to see some action, we could capitalize on the opportunity, right? I do want to look at PFE today, right? PFE, a great trade on Monday up into the all-time high. Broke a new all-time high yesterday, and we're gapping up above that all-time high today. The all-time high was 55.95. If we are strong enough to stay above that 55.95 on PFE, we have room to 57.67, and then we have room to 59.43 here on PFE. So I do want to watch PFE just to see if it's strong enough to stay above that all-time high and to continue pushing into new all-time highs, guys. All right. One thing that I guess we could do. I mean, do we have a trend line here? We have a validated trend line. I mean, I guess we kind of have this little bit of a trend line, so we can keep it on watch, and let's ride around that all-time high as well. So it gives us another thing to look at here on PFE. Now, at the absolute lowest on Pfizer, I would run this down, that level of support, not right at the all-time high, but down where those 3 wicks were at. So we had a spiking high at 55.70, spiking high at 55.70. Yes, broke above into a new all-time high yesterday, but we still fell below 55.70. So at the lowest, we would want to see Pfizer, I would think, would be right around that 55.70 to still see some action today to the upside. Yes, we're going to talk about Roblox. Roblox is getting crushed. DraftKings, if we see the market open and we see a quick pullback to 27.46, right? If we see it open, come right down to like 27.46, I may try to catch a quick scalp opportunity, right? Because we're coming right back down into support. We're right there at that level here on DraftKings. We're pretty much flat. 27.81, we closed at 27.81. Curious to see if we open up, drop maybe 30 cents, 40 cents to the downside, right into those lows on the daily chart. I would look to maybe grab like 1,000 shares for a quick bounce to start my day off in the green. I really like these bounce plays right at the start of the day when we're actually right at that level of support, just like AMC yesterday, guys. Right? AMC yesterday, we had that level drawn up right around 2034, and when we're coming down right into that level right at the start of the day, I love the bounce plays because they typically shoot straight up. What did we see on AMC yesterday, guys? Right down into that 2034, and then boom, straight to the upside. That's exactly what I'm looking at here on DraftKings. Opening up right at that level of support, and then just boom, seeing a nice little bounce off that level for a quick scalp. I'm not holding this for a long time. I'm not swing trading this. In and out. Quick scalp, quick trade, quick dip buy opportunity to see if we can start locking in some great profits on the day, guys. So that's what I'm looking at here on DraftKings. Netflix. All right, I want to watch Netflix today above $5.95. All right, so I do want to watch this above $5.95 here on Netflix to see if we can actually get a nice little bounce today. So again, we came down and bounced right around $5.95, came back down, and we lost it yesterday, bringing a lot of shorts, but we had a very strong close yesterday on Netflix, right? We formed a little bit of a doji back above $5.95, $5.96, right at the bottom, right at support. I think we could see a nice little bounce today, back up towards around $6.04 here on Netflix. So I do want to see this stock staying above $5.95. Re-breaking 600, I think we could see Netflix for a quick opportunity back up towards around 604.44 there on Netflix. Again, just looking for a quick little bounce play to start the day off the doji at the bottom of this downtrend at a level of support. Looking to see if we can open up and get that nice little $3 to $4 move to the upside for a quick little in and out trade. Okay. PayPal, I'm actually considering a swing trade. Right, so PayPal is looking very nice here for a reversal on the daily chart. I plan on scaling into a swing trade position today. We have room to 200, and then we have room to 216. This is what we want to see when getting involved in any kind of swing trade, right? We're not touching it here. We're not touching it, not touching it, not touching it, not touching it. We see great consolidation. 1, 2, 3, 4 days consolidation. We get a nice little move up. Seeing that pullback, we could definitely be seeing a nice double bottom, higher low. Overall, I do like this stock above 189.15. So above 189.15, which was yesterday's highs. If we can break above here intraday and actually see that intraday support here on PayPal, right? I like this for a potential swing trade. I may start scaling in, but I'm going to wait until the Fed meeting to do so. So again, Fed meeting's great. We see that break and that hold, and that's looking good. I may look to start scaling into a swing trade position here on PayPal. We have 3 targets. Okay, we have the 20 EMA at $194.42. We have natural resistance at $200, and then the top end of that high here, right around 216. That would be one of my main targets on PayPal. If it breaks 216, we have the gap to fill up towards around 225. That would be my all out target, right? If we break 216 and we start seeing 224, 225 and filling the gap, I would be all out. And I would be putting stop losses under this prior low. So we can see that we have great targets to the upside, very low risk, but all we're doing right now is waiting for this stock to break and hold and actually start trading above that 189.15, waiting until after the Fed meeting, looking to see how the markets react. And if it's positive, I do think this could be a good positive swing trade, and I'm going to start building a position today, guys. Okay? Moving on, we got 2 more. Lucid, very simple stuff. Over 41.36. So again, a break and a hold. We're trading above 41.36. We have room to $44, which is our 20 EMA. So, I mean, we're talking potentially $2.50 to the upside. That's not a bad trade. That's not a bad return, getting $2.50 out of Lucid. So looking for that, once again, breaking and trading and holding above yesterday's highs of 41.36. We have room to the 20 EMA, right around 44. So I am watching Lucid today as well. And then the moment you've all been waiting for, good old Roblox. What's going on with Roblox, guys? Roblox shares are trading lower. Move appears related to overall market weakness as stock dips. That was yesterday. This morning, reporting daily active users up 35% year over year. November bookings, 208 to 211, up 22% year over year. Roblox sees November revenue, $184 to $187 million here on Roblox, right? So overall, we have sales up 84% year over year. We have bookings up 24% year over year. We have daily active users up 35% year over year. But Roblox shares are trading lower after the company issued average bookings per daily active users guidance, which is expected to be down 8 to 9% year over year. So overall, not bad, but that one thing, shares are trading lower because Roblox issued average bookings per daily active user guidance. And that is expected to be down roughly 10% year over year. And Roblox is getting hit really, really hard. Yeah, 4 of the 5 metrics were positive, but traders react negatively, right? Investors react negatively. I mean, 4 out of 5, I like that, right? But 1, yeah, fuck you. Excuse me. F you, Roblox, right? So again, we just trade the chart. We trade the chart. Markets react, oddly sometimes. So overall, we just trade, right? We trade the chart. Where do we have room down to on Roblox? Well, the first level I see is our 50-day moving average. And then I see right down towards around 92.84. If we see Roblox getting crushed even more, down towards around these lows, I would call it $93. I would look for a nice bounce play opportunity back up to the 50-day moving average right around 97.15. But if we do not make it that low to 93, let's say we open, we break above, right? We're trading above that 97.15. That's our 50-day moving average. And we actually visually see this is a good level of support. We have room back up towards around $100. That's just going to be natural resistance here on Roblox. Now that we're down below 100, it's probably going to hold the stock down as resistance. But if for some reason we are strong and we see a nice little bounce today on Roblox, we technically over $100 have room back up to 103.92 here on Roblox. So right now, again, looking for a possible dip buy opportunity at 93 or a break and a hold back above the 50-day moving average. Looking to trade this back up towards around $100. And if we break $100, we do have room back up towards around 103.92 on Roblox. So I'm watching Roblox today for a dip buy opportunity. We're watching Lucid, PayPal, Netflix, DraftKings, Pfizer, and overall looking at the broader market, looking to see how traders and investors react to this Fed meeting today, guys. QNRX just popped. QNRX. What's up here? What's up with QNRX? And as you guys can see, I like to be fully transparent. I'm down a whopping $20 on the day. QRNX, press release at 9:04, reports exclusive distribution deal with Farm for QXR or QRX 003 for Netherton syndrome. Netherton? I can't say it. But again, what are we taking from the press release, guys? Reporting an exclusive distribution agreement. All right, so they're signing an exclusive distribution agreement. That's the key word to take from this press release. Not too shabby. QRNX does not have a float here on Trade Idea. We are trading 2.4 million shares in the past 20 minutes. On average, 70,000 shares. So, I mean, QRNX doesn't look all that bad. Let's go look at QRNX real quick. QRNX, and let's see if Yahoo Finance has the float. Is it QNRX? Dyslexia, you gotta like it, guys. So their float's not available on Yahoo Finance. Their float's not popping up here on Trade Ideas. So we really don't know what the float is on this stock. So we'll keep it on watch. We have some good news. This stock ripped aggressively to the upside just now. A lot of resistance around 649. Resistance would then be up towards around 840. Then you're looking at 927 being that 50-day moving average, and then $10 here on QNRX. So let's keep QNRX on watch as well. Support. Got like 30 seconds to go. Where is a good little level of support? Looking at that daily chart, obviously $5, but we could see it maybe around right around there, 492, which we're kind of slipping below that. Let's just put that support level. I mean, it's not the best support level. That's just one reason, but let's put it right at that 20 EMA, and let's see if we can stay above the 20 EMA. But out of the gate, guys, I believe we should be watching GRTX, GNTX, as well as BFRI team. The market's open. Get fired up. Let's make it happen. Let's have an awesome day, team. Let's make good trades, and let's make some profit. Russ, good morning, sunshine. Jakey Lakey, what up? Dougie from TikTok, welcome to the free stream today. We got about another 15 minutes till we shut her down. Let's see if we have any opportunity, guys, in the first 15 minutes. Let's lock in some great profits. Let's make you guys some money. You can come over and join the team, guys. Get you some free money. Let's get you some free profits. And you come on over, join the team, and it's free. Right? That's how we're going to do it today. Now, honestly, I'm gonna kind of like look through some of these larger cap stocks. Here's DraftKings, DKNG. So DKNG, I'm looking at that little dip buy down towards around that 27.49. Got to fill on DraftKings off that level of support. Just got to fill at 27.55 on DraftKings. Right off that low. Stops are a new low a day. Get a new low a day and we don't see that big bounce that we want to see. Stops are at 27.40. I'm going to risk 15 cents. Right at that level, I'm curious to see if we have buyers looking to buy this dip. Right? It's just a simple scalp. It's a simple dip buy opportunity. Looking to see if we get that simple bounce play on the daily chart right off that low. Again, wasn't expecting a lot of a bounce. I was expecting maybe 30-ish cents, 40 cents out of this, and I'm out for a small $80 loss. It was worth giving it a go. It was definitely worth it in my opinion. It was worth the $80 paper cut. See if we had any opportunity there. There's Pfizer, guys. Pfizer right off the trend line, right above that 55.95. That was clean. That was clean. Never dropped below the all-time high. Off that trend line. Let's see if we can get it to set back up for us because Pfizer doesn't look bad whatsoever. Here's GRTX, guys, off the trend line. GRTX right off this trend line. It is forming one big, looking like maybe a cup and handle formation here on GRTX. A lot of volume in the first 3 minutes, about 4 million shares already here on GRTX. Right now, as long as we stay above this trend line, team, we're looking for that break over 350. We have room back up towards around 375 there on GRTX. That is the number one stock right now, GRTX. All eyes on GRTX, team. All eyes on GRTX. Want to see this stock staying above this trend line. We can hold this trend line like we just did on that 5-minute chart. You have potential back up towards around those pre-market highs of 350. I'm not in on this one. But I am definitely looking at it to see if we get a really decent setup here for a possible entry. I'm watching PFE as like one of my top stocks right now, guys. PFE is one of the top stocks right now. Nice bounce off the trend line. Nice break over pre-market highs. Right around 56.26. As long as PFE stays above 56.20, I like PFE a lot for a long. And again, if we run those extensions, which we did, our extensions give us price targets up towards around 57.67 here on PFE. And she's going. PFE is getting some great action. Nice little entry off that pullback, guys. Not a huge position, not the big position that I wanted, but I like this one up towards around 57.67. Missed the initial trade down at 56. Not the best entry at 56.44, but I like what we're doing right now on Pfizer. Stops right now, we're underneath 56.26. So right now, if we crack below that low at 56.26, I'm out of Pfizer. I'm actually going to put a hard stop. This is a set it and forget it kind of trade. 500 shares. Let's go put a stop loss at 56.20. Let's go put a stop loss there at 56.20, right below that level. Again, this looks like it could be a set it and forget it. Nice stop loss right below that level. Looking to see if this really just takes on off and just has some great momentum today, guys. All right, so PFE, long at 56.44, 500 shares, up a little bit, and stop right now, $56.20 and sell. Get that stop in the system right now. So there's BFRI, guys. There's BFRI right at that multi-day downtrend, right at 740, and we could see that resistance. We can definitely see that resistance here on BFRI. So be careful up around that level, team. Be careful up towards around that 740 on BFRI. I still like GRTX above the trend line, but we're only 6 minutes into the day. The last thing I want you guys doing is jumping in right here and just getting stopped out, right? I mean, it's kind of doing what it did yesterday, right? Look what it did yesterday. Kind of popped out of the gate, consolidated, quick break over VWAP, pullback rip, but then it ended up pulling back a lot more before it got its big rip right around like 950-ish. But right now we could see it's trying to do kind of what it did yesterday, popping out of the gate, consolidating above the VWAP. We could see a quick spike up towards around 340 and 350 before seeing that pullback here on GRTX. I mean, BFRI is breaking the downtrend, guys. So right now, as long as we're actually breaking and holding, remember, 740 to 750, it's the multi-day downtrend as well. As long as we're above that level, you have a lot of great potential to 785, 820, and then 890 there on BFRI, guys. Right now, BFRI is one of the top stocks, trying to get some action towards it. GRTX is fading, so yeah, let's just put our focus here on BFRI. So right now, focus is on BFRI at this point in time, above $7.40. Nothing yet on Roblox. Nothing on Lucid. Not quite yet on PayPal. Netflix. I mean, Netflix above 596 is worth watching. So I'm watching Netflix above that 596 level. VIX is moving on up here a little bit as well. All right, let's see if BFRI is going to hold 740. We must hold 740 if we want to see the stock really get that next leg up. Really, really wanting to see BFRI staying above that 740 level. That's the downtrend as well. If we want to see that quick spike up towards around 785 and then $8.20. We want to see SEAC ideally above yesterday's close, right around 150. So you do want to see SEAC Again, ideally staying above that 150 level. That's yesterday's close. You have room on SEAC back up to 173, 175. There on SEAC. Definitely not a bad looking chart, right? Attempted red to green move. Nice healthy pullback, staying above 151. You could see that higher low push right up to 173, 175. Right now, we're only 10 minutes into the market, guys. 10 minutes in, no crazy opportunity on GRTX, nothing on GMTX. We are back below 740 on BFRI, and we see some traders kind of panicking a little bit. You're starting to see a little bit of profit taking there, back below 740, starting to pull back pretty decently right there. BLU, nothing. CFBI, nothing. QNRX, nothing. SEAC right now, not really a whole lot. And we're only about, 11 minutes in. Not an abundance of opportunity, guys. Look at some of these stocks that have been halted. ENJY, SIDU. Nothing really hitting a high today. Momentum scanner. The only stocks that are hitting the breakout is GRTX, which is not really breaking out. BFRI hitting that breakout scanner as well. Yeah, UVXY is an inverse ETF. As the markets are falling, the inverse ETFs move on up. Nvidia is up $3 right now, guys. Bounce off that 50-day moving average. Seeing a nice little bounce, but I'm still not convinced that we're actually going to recover. We still look like we have more room to the downside there on Nvidia. UVXY is straight up because the SPY is what? The SPY doing, right? Straight down. What's the VIX doing? Straight up. So that's why UVXY is moving to the upside. What I would do on GRTX is look for it to actually break over that 340, 350. And actually show some strength, right? Actually show a little bit of strength to break up over some of those key levels. You can't, there's no reason to get involved here. Yesterday's highs were right around 346. So a simple break and hold over 346, that's where I would probably want to get involved, because then we still have nice room up towards around like 380. Yesterday's pre-market highs here on GRTX. And BFRI is really fighting for that 740. So I think it's still a little too risky, in my opinion, right now, to be jumping into BFRI right at that level of resistance, especially since it's chopping around right at that level. We really need to see this clean on up and actually see buyers taking control before we think about going long. So the top stocks right now, BFRI and GRTX. GRTX. I mean, it's still early, 15 minutes. And right now, I'm not seeing anything that's standing out like screaming buy. I'm just not. I don't want to say buy, buy, buy. And it's so early and we haven't really seen, the consistency yet. BFRI is looking strong and there's still plenty of opportunity ahead of us, guys. Right? There's still plenty of opportunity to nail an A+, A+, A+ setup. Okay, same thing with GRTX. There's still plenty of time, plenty of opportunity to really identify a great a great setup and take advantage of it. Right now, you're jumping into anything, you're just jumping in, hoping the stock moves. There's no crystal clear setups right now at this point. Again, if you're chasing stocks right now, you're taking some heat. You're chasing stocks right now, looking for those big moves. You're taking a lot of heat right now, guys. Wait for a clean, proper setup, right? Wait for a clean and proper setup. I like PFE. I thought that was a clean and proper setup. I took it. I got stopped out. Got like 3 very small losses today. I have PFE, $120. GMTX, $20, and then DraftKings, $80. So very, very teeny paper cuts. Haven't been able to, get, the right trade to really, hit it. But again, it's still young in the day. It's still early. PIR and Glaxo's drug could be the last antibody treatment standing against the new variant. They get an FDA warning letter. So shares are trading higher after the company announced new preclinical data demonstrating the impact of the significant antigenic shift of the new Omicron variant. So yeah, absolutely. I do like VIR as well. I do like VIR here. I know it's a little bit larger of a stock as far as the price, but I like the press release, and we could see the decent action here on VIR. Now you're coming up into the resistance right around 54.49, right off that daily chart. Some decent resistance right around that 54.50-ish. And it's kind of in a little bit of this rising channel. We can kind of see it's just kind of stuck in a little bit of this rising channel right now here on VIR. Let's see what's coming on up on VIR. GRTX, nothing right now, team. Nothing right now on GRTX. SEAC, nothing. QNRX, nothing. CFVI, nope. BLU, nope. So it's a slow day, team. It's a very slow start to the day, very slow morning. Still just looking for the best of the best of the best setups, really being disciplined and really being patient. You got a slight uptrend here on BFRI. You could see a quick little bounce, but I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon. I don't think it's the best of the best setup. But if you're like eager, be looking for the stock to hold above the 9 EMA like it has, looking for the stock to stay above this uptrend, and most importantly, for the stock to stay above 740. As long as you're above 740, and if you can hold that 9 EMA and the trend line, you could see one nice big explosive move right up to 785 and $8.20 here on BFRI. All right? So be smart, trade safe. Ladies and gentlemen over on YouTube, be mindful of the Fed meeting today. Be mindful that a lot of traders kind of sitting back on their hands waiting for that as well. So you're going to see some choppiness. You're not going to see the amount of volume that you really need to see. Really hit it hard on some of these trades. So really just be disciplined today. Always remember that sometimes the best trade is no trade. Find the best opportunity, the best setup, put the odds in your favor, Manage your risk, build your plan, lock in consistent profits. Don't be greedy and lock in profits when you have them. All right, guys? Hope you had fun this morning over the last 45 minutes, getting you guys prepared for the day. Once again, happy and safe trading. I will see you guys back here bright and early tomorrow morning, right as we start our pre-market commentary right around 9 o'clock a.m., guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Right, team. So BFRI, right now, right here, right now, right here. Like right now, right here, right now. I do like the trend line bounce opportunity. You got 1, 2, that could be the third leg up, right? Stocks usually moving like impulses. So you got impulse number 1, pull back. Impulse number 2, pull back. The third impulse, when you get that big pop, usually is a pretty aggressive move to the upside. It looks like it's definitely trying to break out here over that 775, 785. Keep your stops very, very, very tight. The last thing you want to do is be in this and it rug pull. But if you want to give it an opportunity, you don't want to see the stock dipping back below at 740, in my opinion. 740 is that level you really do not want to see the stock dipping below. GRTX cracked its uptrend. GRTX is now fading and falling back down. GMTX is coming down for a nice entry, right? Let's go look at GMTX. I wouldn't say that it's coming down for a nice entry. I would say that it's coming down into a level of support, and it could set up for a decent entry. I mean, you have pre-market low area right around 284, right when it broke and it pulled back for the next leg up. It found a bottom right there at like 285. And 283 is your 20 EMA on the daily. So you could see it come down and bounce, but I wouldn't expect a big like dollar move, 50-cent move. I would expect maybe to see it pull back right to 284, 283, maybe get a quick little 10-cent bounce out of it, but I'm not too crazy with what I'm seeing so far for today, guys, right? We see some, these stocks attempting, right? A lot of these stocks are attempting to get some action, but they're all fading and falling. They all look pretty weak, right? GMTX looking pretty weak right now. But BFRI is looking pretty weak at this point in time as well. It's really struggling to hold this level to get that next leg up. ELU, we can take this off the watch list. CFVI can come off the watch list as well. QNRX, nothing happening. And SEAC, nothing happening, guys. Really have to work on your patience today. Really have to work on being patient. Jay, ENSC. What are my thoughts on ENSC? I like the daily bounce, number one. I do like the big gap, how we came down and we filled the gap and left a doji yesterday. So I do like that here on ENSC. But the only problem is right now, you have resistance at 431, right? You have some resistance right here around 431. So I couldn't get involved. Now, it has room to 487 next. So what I would be looking for is a little bit more of a setup here, right? Actually seeing the stock set on up and try and get a nice entry for the break over 431 up towards around 487. I do like the daily chart. Doji, the gap fill, a nice proper bounce. Depending on how strong buyers are, we do have room to 487 and then $5 here on ENSC. So it doesn't look bad at all. ENSC doesn't look bad at all, but again, we have to be patient and wait for the stock to set up, right? Why would we want to buy at 418, knowing resistance is at 430 and seeing support back down at 375? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So you really have to be extremely patient on ENSC and really across the board and not just jumping into a trade, jump into a trade. But I do like it. It's showing some strength. It has some opportunity. We just need to let the trade develop just a little bit more, guys. So I would say right now we're in a little bit of like what we'd call like a neutral market, right? I would say it's more neutral than anything. It's not like a really terrible market. It's not a hot market. It's pretty neutral. So it's like bring out those strategies that work in kind of just like neutral, uncertain markets, right? Just average markets. I'm not looking to scale in, scale out, right? We don't have that momentum. We don't have that action, right? To the long side, to the short side, the scale in, scale out approach, probably not a good approach. You're looking for quick scalps. What I'm seeing so far over the first 30 minutes is you're looking for quick scalps, in and out, in and out, in and out. You're not looking to buy and hold in this type of market because it's neutral, and I don't think the whole buy and hold approach is the right approach for the market conditions.